I'm Rhoda. Welcome to this treble area targeted strength workout. We're going to be working on lifting the bum and tightening the inner thighs. Are you ready to go? Let's do it. We have a nice long warm up here. Get this lower body warmed up. Let's stay wide, toes are out, shoulders are back. Little bend and up, little bend and up. If your knees can take you deeper, come deeper, but you can stay up top, right here. Activate, squeeze, activate, squeeze. Whatever works for you, whatever feels safe. If you're feeling pain, that's an indication that you need to come out of that bend a little bit, okay? Never want you to feel pain. A couple more here. Feel the inner thighs activating, right? I'm going to take this to a soccer kick, lifting with those inner thighs, starting to stretch out the glutes. Glutes are your bum. That's what we're going to work. It's a fun one. I think you'll like this workout. I hope you like this workout. Either way, you've started it, right? Let's finish it. Arms forward and back. Just keep more movement in the body. Heels up and back. Stretching out those quads, working the hamstrings. By using this upper body here, while we warm up, we're just moving more muscles. And when you move more muscles, your heart rate goes up. So kick it out here. I am using heavier weights. I'm using 12-pound weights. If you're more advanced, out and in, you could maybe do 15, 20 for these exercises because it's lower body. I'm not lifting these weights overhead. So if you're just beginning, you're using water bottles, very light weights. Get used to using some weight. Going to that wide squat. Going deep if you can. You need to keep it up higher. Give me a bend and a squeeze. So it's activate, squeeze the glutes. When I say squeeze, I had someone say to me once, boy, that hurts my hands to squeeze so much. And I thought, wow, I need to make that more clear. Squeeze the bum. Squeeze it. Make it in the position that you want to correct it to. That's how training works. Down and up. Shoulders back. Don't lean forward. Pulls you forward a little bit, right? But we don't want you pulling way forward on any move like this. All right. Taking that now to the back of the leg. Deadlift down. You're going to come down. Come on up. You squeeze the glutes again. At the top, we're going to do a side leg raise on one side. We'll do another deadlift and then the side leg raise on the other side. So a lot going on here. Ready? Here we go. Flat back, weights in your heels, come on up, lift. Wait till you're up top to do that side leg raise. Think about looking about 4 feet in front of your toes with your eyes. That'll keep your neck and spine aligned and help you keep your back straight. You want to really drive the hips back in that deadlift. Right here, drive them back. Come on up, lift. Try not to lean out of this lift. Stay nice straight in the upper body. Make this hit the outer glute. It all works together. Last deadlift and rest. Nice work. Okay, grab in our chair. And you can use the back of your chair. You're just starting out. You're more advanced. You can bring your hands down on the chair, flattening the back. We're gonna bend a knee. We're gonna squat with one leg, kick back with the other. So it's a bend and kick, or knee in, kick. If the bending of the knee hurts, I want you to just do the kick here, okay? If you can bend it and kick, just adding a little intensity. Think about the weight in that heel, not the toes, not the ball of the foot. Back is flat, abs are tight. We want this slow and controlled. And if you're using the back of the chair, it's just going to give you a little bit more support. Comes a little deeper if you're down here. Pick what feels good for you though. There's where you're at, and we've all been there. Like, I started at the beginning once myself too. So if you're needing to be upright, that's totally okay. All right, we're gonna stay on that same leg, knee is bent, we're gonna donkey kick up and down. So we're keeping that 90-degree angle in that in that knee. We're on the same leg. Ready? Here we go. Lift. Feel this. Now you're going to feel inner thigh right there at the top, as well as that glute. Great exercise. That area of the body. Keep your belly button pulled to your spine to keep a nice strong core while you move this leg and nothing else. Make the muscles work. Keeping those hips nice and square. They're not lifting, okay? Nice and square. It's all about the glute. Good. All right. You stretch that, back that leg out a little bit. You should feel that. I hope you do. I should feel it. All right. Going to the other side. So standing on the other leg, we're back to that single-legged squat, straight leg back. Or knee in, straight leg back. If you held the top of your chair on the other one, I want you to hold it here. So, both sides look the same. And back. Remember that flat back. Remember that the hip stays square. The hip does not lift here. As soon as you lift that hip, you take this out of the bum, okay? As soon as it comes up like this, we're not hitting the target area. This is all about glutes and inner thighs. Stay with me. And shake out that standing leg, 20-second rest, so we can recover a little bit, because we do have a lot of intensity on these very specific areas. So 30 minutes, a lot of work, okay? If you're doing the shorter version, maybe you're doing a 20-minute version, still a lot of work, right? All right, bend your knee. Soft, and we've got the donkey kicks. Lift and lift. Hips square, heel towards the ceiling. Keep that leg bent. Feel how it travels into the inner thigh. And the glute is being hit a little bit differently. That's what we want to do, because there's more than one muscle involved here. And we want to make sure we target them, each muscle, but we also want to target from various angles. That's how we get that good looking lift and tightness of the inner thighs. Good. All right, and stay with our chair. We use it like a ballet bar. We've got a soccer kick pulse, so we warm these up. We're going to have our foot at an angle, hips stay nice and straight, they don't move. Lift, 2, 3, and down, all right? Give me the pulses if you can. If it becomes too much, you can do singles, okay? Try the 3, 2, 1 though. We want to really get that intensity in that inner thigh. Feel it. 3, 2, 1. So notice we're coming at an angle here. Later, we're going to be coming at it from a different angle. That's how we sculpt the muscles. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Come on. If you need to go to singles right here, go to singles. Stay with the pulses if you can. One more. Come on. Finish it. Nice work. All right. Other side. Other side. And then we get a little rest. A nice rest, actually. Okay. Deep breath. As we work these larger muscles of the lower body, heart rate goes up. Your muscles want oxygen to perform. So if the muscles are larger, obviously, they need more oxygen, right? Lift, 2, 3. Hold your abs tight here. Your abs are like a weight belt, you know, to keep you nice and straight. So if you think about holding the core nice and straight and controlled, you get a better lift and get deeper into your muscles. Good. Keep going, come on. Drive that heel. I was cheating a little bit. Had my heel towards the ground. I want to make sure I'm really driving it up towards that ceiling so I get the benefit of every single rep. Nice work. Okay, 30-second rest. Grab some water. Stretch out the legs if you need to. We're going to move the chair. We will use it again in a circuit. Right now, we're going to a side lunge, and we'll step out to your right first. So side lunge, come over, the weight is in front, we're going back with an angle. So I'm not going straight back and I'm not going to the side. I'm going back with an angle, kind of making an upside down V. Get ready, here we go. Side lunge, bring it up, back at an angle, feel that. Press it out and lift. Now, when you push out of this lunge right here, you're gonna feel that glute. And if you need to take it higher, come over, come in, get glute right there. Still activating that inner thigh, still using that right leg, just taking the bend out a little bit. Angle. And rest, good. Let's go right on over to the other side. We're gonna have these first 4 exercises in this circuit involve side lunges, and I'll tell you why. I did side lunges for the first time in a while. The other day I was recording a video, and the next day, boy, did I feel my inner thighs. It reminds me that that's what's getting worked. Come over. Remember the angle here. Back at an angle. Keep those hips down. Only lift the leg. Make that glute contract. So it's almost like a crunch on the glute, but you can feel it's a little different area than those kickbacks hit, or those donkey kicks. So yeah, I did inner thigh, side lunges, and the next day, wow, and the next day after that too. So that's the area we want to work, so we're going to do it. Now, how do you avoid that soreness? Good. All right. Going back to the side lunges. This time when we come up, we're doing a rear leg lift. I want you to drive your heel straight up. Keep the leg as straight as you can. Okay? How do you avoid the soreness? Well, lots of hydration. All right? So today, let's go out to your side lunge here. Today, you want to drink a lot of water. Over. Heel to the ceiling, leg stays straight. And will that mean you won't have any soreness tomorrow? Not necessarily, but it certainly can help, because the more hydration thins out your blood a little bit. That oxygenated blood, nice and thin, comes into the muscles and helps them heal. You're just starting out, and this is your very first workout. Thanks for being here, I'm glad you're here. You might consider, before bed, as long as you're not on an empty stomach, maybe taking a little ibuprofen, okay? Because these larger muscles do respond if they do get sore, okay? So if it's just the very beginning for you, we've all been there. I can remember it clear as day, and I'll tell you what video I was working on when I learned this. Let's start with our side lunge first, before the story. Remember the rear leg raise. I started working out consistently. I was about 37, 38. My son had just been born, my baby. He's now graduating college, yikes. And I did a CD by Tammy Lee Webb. I want those buns, remember those? Well, I did that workout, and I knew the next day that I had worked my buns. I remember it. Very efficient stuff, effective stuff. In fact, those kickbacks with that little squat, that was from that CD. So 22 years later, we're still working it. Okay, standing with a straight foot to the front. We don't need any weight for this. I'm going to use my chair. So you're going to stand, you're going to turn the outside foot out, and it's lifting straight up. You're going to feel that. Similar to those soccer kicks, but lifting to the front, pull the abs tight, shoulders stay back here. Leg is going straight out. Feel that. Different angle, right? Another angle to hit these inner thighs. Keep going. We're on an angle there. You gotta remember to keep it straight. Check your form. I have to check mine too. Body will want to do what it's used to doing, which are those soccer kicks. They're more common. You'll see those more often. Good. All right, we're going to stay on this leg. For a second round, we're going to bend the knee out to the side. So it's called a hydrant. Maybe you can figure out why. Bending that knee, holding your chair. Knee stays 90 degrees. Lifting just enough to feel that contraction or what feels like a crunch in the outer glute. Ready? Here we go. Lift. Feel it? And lower. Lift it. Feel a crunch. That is that muscle contracting to make this joint action happen. Muscle has to get smaller to help lift that leg. That's how you can zone in on what muscles you're working. And it'll burn. Targeted work. I love it. And rest, thank goodness, right? Now the standing leg, you're probably feeling that as well. That's what we call an isometric hold. So these muscles have to stay contracted and strong to keep you with that other leg up and moving. So you're getting work on the standing leg as well. All right, ready? Turn the foot straight ahead, okay? Here we go, deep breath. Lift, forward, forward. Feel it. Focus on forward, not across, okay? I had to just recorrect there. A lot of times when I say safety cues or form cues, it's because I feel myself falling out of that safe zone or out of form, which kind of are the same thing. You want to stay in proper form to be safe. And rest. Okay. Shake them out. Go into that side hydrant on the other side. Deep breath. Feel like the heart rate's up a little bit? That is so cool. That's because those large muscles are asking for oxygen, so your heart is pumping harder. Bending the knee. Ready? Lift and lower. Remember to not lean out of this, okay? It's all right here. As soon as you lean, no more glute, okay? This is it for this circuit. This is that. They're good. And a rest. Or, if you're doing the 20-minute version, I'm going to take you right into a stretch right now. I'll walk over and get what I forgot in my setup, which was my band. I'm going to take this band and come down to the mat now. I'm going to put the band around the legs quickly above your knees. This 30 seconds goes quick. And we are going to a side leg raise, which is not going to need the band, but we're going to stay over here with the clamshell. So, foot is out, lift, lower, lift. Now, think about the angles, right? We did the soccer kick. And then we turned the foot out and lifted straight. Now we have the foot even with our leg. We're not leaning it to the outside, and we're doing more lifts. So, we've hit it from a number of angles. That's how we make that inner thigh look great. One more. Good. Now we're going to a clamshell. This is where the band comes in. You're going to bend your knees, and you can do this without a band. You don't have to have a band here. You're going to lift and lower, hitting that outer glute. Nice strong shoulder. Don't lean in here, hurt your neck, right? Nice and strong here. Use your hand for balance. Feet together. Bring that leg up, up. Okay. Something I should mention, when you're doing targeted work, as a trainer for the past 22 years, I have, well, about 20 years actually, I have come across this more than anything. Targeted work. Thinking that by doing this work, somehow we're going to change the fat composition in this area. And it's probably the glute and a little inner thigh too, right? What we're doing is we're working the muscles, we're strengthening them, we're toning them, and making them smaller. So by doing that, let's turn it around. By doing that, you're definitely going to see improvement. But the main improvement is going to come in the kitchen because we're doing all this tightening, but fat is fat, and fat has to be reduced all over the body. Ready for your lifts? Here we go. So how does that work? Well, through diet coaching, the biggest thing and the biggest tip I can give you is eat real food. I mean, this diet industry is out of control. All of these low fat, low calorie, low sugar, you name it, food is not really food. It's manufactured, and when you eat it, you might notice you're hungry right away. Whereas if you ate real food with lots of fiber, and I'm talking every food group, except maybe sugar, okay? When you're eating that higher fiber, you're full, you eat less calories overall, you get more nutrition because you're eating real food, and when your body has nutrition, it's gonna function at a higher level, your metabolism's gonna come up. So all of that works together for you. And this basic, simple rule is eat real food. That's it, okay? Ready? Clamshells, lift and lower. The only other tip that really plays into that, sugar is food, I know, it's made from sugar cane, right? It's made from a plant, but sugar causes you to be inflamed. The processing of sugar and processed foods, which I don't count as real foods, like white breads or wheat breads that are dyed brown to look like wheat, but they really are soft like a white bread, those turn into sugar in your body. And in processing that sugar, your body needs a lot of water. So it's going to retain water while processing that sugar. Let's come around on your back for some glute bridge. Now keep the band on. You don't need the band, but if you have the band, we're going to drive up, knees out, and back down. Glute bridge to abduction. So back to sugar. If you have a constant diet of manufactured foods, low fat, low calorie, low sugar supposedly, but it's got other things in it to make it taste good, the body knows more of that garbage is coming in. So what does it do? It keeps that inflammation. So your tissue is inflamed, your fat is inflamed. If you can change to a clean diet of real food, you're gonna deflate. That's why you can lose, 3 or 4 pounds in the first couple days when you start to eat good food. That's why that happens. And rest, it's not fat yet, okay? It is inflammation. Taking this off, coming on your tummy. This is a tricky one. Let's set it up. Very graceful, all right? Okay. You're gonna make frog legs here. Put your head down on your mat. Frog legs, heels together, okay? We're gonna lift the knees. Lift, lower. Now they're not coming up more than ½ an inch, right? They're barely moving. But can you feel it? Oh, yes. Lift and lower. If it becomes too much, you can alternate. And keep going. So, get the good food going, ladies. Cut the sugar, cut the processed foods. Look for whole grains in your breads, in your pastas, rices. Lots of vegetables, some fruit, which is great energy and fiber. Back to your glute bridge. Coming up in the bridge, walk out, out, in, down. And we'll go to the other side, leading with the other foot, all right? Ready to press it up. There we go. Bring it up, walk it out. Walk, walk, back, back, and down. Lift it up, other side. Walk, walk, back, back, and down. Keep going. Just alternating the lead foot each time. Up, walk, back, back, down. So my channel right now is in a growth phase. Starting to really focus on bringing you lots of new content and not just workouts, where we'll go to the kitchen. We'll talk about good food prep. We'll talk about what a good meal looks like. So let's watch for that. It is coming, okay? I'm making a transition here. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but it is coming. All right, make a V, open legs. You're gonna do a hamstring curl. So you're gonna curl up and back out. Take it nice and slow. Squeeze the glutes here. Curl it up and down and up and down. Keep the head down. Protect your neck. So stick with me. We're going to grow this channel. We're going to bring you all kinds of information that will help benefit you in your quest for a healthy life. You're doing a lot of it right now because here we are at the end of this workout and you're still with me. So good for you. And you are all done. All right, let's stay. Deep breath. Let's stay right here. I want you to reach back, grab a foot if you can, back of a shoe, back of a pant leg, back of a sock. If that is impossible, you can still bend that knee, drive the hip to your mat. So push that hip down. You're going to feel the front of the leg stretch. We're going to stretch out some of the work that that quad did in supporting the glute work. And let's go to the other side. Bring it up. Really good. All right. We're going to come up. You're going to put your toes together and your knees out as far as you comfortably can. This is going to hit your inner thigh. You're going to rock back. And at first, if you're like me, it's going to be pretty tight. As you get more comfortable in this stretch, you need to be able to take those knees out even a little further and bring it down. Really get that inner thigh stretch. Here's what's going to help as well with any soreness. Feel the stretch. Deep breath. Try and sink in a little bit further if you can. This muscle does not work independently very often, and we worked it independently quite a bit. So we're going to stretch it out. Good. Now we're going to bring it up and make an S or a backwards S with your knee forward, leg back. Okay. And then I want you to come down however's comfortable for you, right here. Now I can't lay myself out. Some of the people I've worked with in the past can, but you're going to feel this come up the side of the leg into your glute. Great job. Okay, we're going to stay on this side. I'm going to put the same hand as the knee that's forward. I want you to reach up, stretching the hip flexor and the front of the other leg. Those hips do a lot of work with all those kickbacks and things like that, so stretching it out. And bring it down. I got mat. My mat is disintegrating. It's time for a new one. Other side. Let's bring it down. Find where the stretch happens. It's different for everybody. You may be up here. If you are feeling a stretch, you're getting a stretch. Wherever that stretch happens for you is where you need to be. I know when we're beginning, we want to compare ourselves to people that have been doing something for a very long time. We experienced that with my oldest daughter and her sister. Reach up. Almost 8 years apart, and the young one expected that she would be achieving what the older one was. We had to say, Julia, you're only 7, you know. All right, come on down. Let's put those feet out. You don't have to straighten the legs completely here. Just want you to hinge forward, feel the back of the leg stretch. My back is not completely straight here. I'm rounded a little bit. So in telling you that little story, I'm full of stories. If you're new here, you'll hear lots of stories. Don't do that. Don't compare yourself to somebody who's been practicing 8 years longer than you, right? You're where you're at. Be proud of that. Look in the mirror right now, wipe the sweat off, and say, great job, because great job. You finished that workout. It was a tough workout. When you target areas like that for a long time, you get intense work. Thank you for joining me. Look for other workouts on the channel that are very targeted. We've got some targeted arms, targeted tummy, all coming up, okay? Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.